back with another live video. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the tribe. Come on in the room. Let me know how you feeling today. So let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all something. Okay? I just got one quick question for you this morning. Come closer. Come closer. No. Let me just ask you something. If you stop apologizing today for your truth, for your growth, for who you are becoming, who would you finally be in 2026? That's my question. Think about it. Just think about it real quickly this morning. Wherever you watching from, tap those hearts. You can tap Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Tap those hearts. Give me that positive energy. My book is rolling off the thing. Give me that positive energy, guys. Okay. So let me know if you stop apologizing. Thank you for liking the stream. If you stop apologizing. Who would you become today? Just let me know. Just think about it for a second. As I just do my little quick sound check, because nothing is worse than being live and you can't hear me. Right? So if I start apologizing for who I'm becoming, what would happen? What would happen? Thank you for liking the live, right? And why are you still asking for permission? Why are you still asking for permission? Being unapologetically me means this one thing. I live authentically. What? What's going on? What's going on? That means I live authentically. I embrace my true self, my values, my choices without feeling the need to apologize for them or hiding them from other people. We live in a culture where so many people want to hide who they are. What? They want to hide who they are for the sake of society, for likes, because it don't fit the aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to be authentic because they feel like they're going to be judged. You know, they feel like they're going to be judged. Or they hide from other people. Being unapologetic means that even when society, even when what you believe goes against society, even when it risks disapproval, that's not rebellion. That is self-respect for who you are. Staying true to your core values. Now, unapologetically, me is built on 4 core values. And we're going to talk about that in a second. I see you cutting up in the chat. I see you cutting up. I see you. Don't think I don't see you. I see you. I'm choosing to disengage. See, 2026 for me is about positive vibes only, for real, because last year I thought that, I was in this positive phase, but honestly, 2025 was like, what the freak? It was like a roller coaster or something. So this year, for real, I just want to have positive energy no matter what. At all times, I'm not going to pop off on no trolls. My new method is to just ignore and disengage and possibly block, right? Lighthearted fun is cool, but this year we're staying focused on peace of mind. Don't do nothing. Peace of mind. Say it with me. Peace of mind. And being unapologetic. We're going to get into what unapologetic means even more. So the first core foundation of being unapologetically true to yourself and to your business is number 1, authenticity. Okay? Authenticity says that I act with my core beliefs and my feelings. And I'm not pretending to be who I think people want me to be, because I could give a damn what people want me to be. I have to be who I want me to be. You can't elevate, you can't grow constantly trying to be who somebody else desires you to be. That's not going to make you happy, right? That's not going to be authentic to you. Every day you're going to wake up feeling like you got to go be something that you don't want to be. That's what happens when you work a job that you don't really like, or you stay on a place doing work that you actually hate. You begin to hate life, because now you're not being authentic to yourself, to your feelings, to your time, for real. You're giving all your time away for money instead of creating things that's going to get you money. Now, I wrote a post on my Facebook today, and I probably put it on a couple other platforms, and it was just talking about, especially for the content creators, the business owners, the people who last year, you had the vision, you started the vision, but somewhere you dropped the ball. You stopped promoting, you stopped talking about it, you start worrying about what people was going to say, instead of just going forward, having fun, and being authentically you and unapologetic, might I add. Right? How do you be unapologetic? Number one, stop code switching for comfort. So what if people don't understand what you're talking about, or, if they, you don't have to code switch for comfort. Like, be you. Like, who gives a damn? I put out a song this year called Shut the Fuck Up, It's My Birthday. And a lot of people was like, wait a minute, Dr. Sean. And I'm like, y'all must not know who the fuck I am for real. I have to be professional, because I did go from hood to hood. But part of me still has my authentic self. And I love doing stuff outside of dentistry, traveling, having fun, dancing. I come from Florida. So, Tallahassee, Florida, that. A lot of people probably don't know what that means, but that means that I like to have fun and cut up sometimes. But there is a time and a place for cutting up. So number one, stop code switching for comfort. Even if I present topics, especially last year, probably ruffled a couple of feathers, or I put out a song that meant like, hey, Dr. Sean, you listen, can I be creative or not? Are we gonna be creative or not? Creativity is not about apologizing for nothing you do. Express yourself. Be yourself. Honestly and unrespectfully, fuck what people think is what it really means, but we just trying to use nice words. But stop code switching for comfort. Stop editing your truth to be digestible for people. Now, I edit my truth to be digestible a tad bit, because I do have a younger crowd, nieces and nephews, who may come into my content, and I don't want to be like, So stop editing your truth to be digestible for people when it makes you uncomfortable. That means like completely changing who you are and not really speaking your mind and following the crowd. Like, I present a lot of history facts that I find and we read in the tribe that people probably never heard before, and I understand, because I was in those shoes before, where I was blind, didn't read, didn't research, didn't care, until I became somebody who cares about my ancestors. And first of all, I don't know how I even started this live without sending love to the ancestors that came before us, that paved the way for us to be who we even are today. But no longer are we editing ourselves to fit what people think we should be. Say what you mean with confidence. Stand on business. I'm talking to myself too. Because sometimes when you speak in new knowledge, you speak in new history, it's not what people really know. And they don't really care. And people ain't really on that wavelength yet. You on level 20 and they mindset on level 5. Your wisdom on level 1000. They wisdom on level 500. Sometimes it's going to be a gap. And you got to just have grace with yourself. But still be truly who you are. I would have never woke up if somebody had folded just because I didn't believe them. They didn't fold. They was like, I don't care if you believe me or not. This is the truth. You gotta research it yourself. That's me, Queen. What's going on, Young World Mobile Apps? Thank you for getting that #1 Get Their badge. Okay. So say what you mean with confidence. Stand on business for real, for real. Promote yourself. Don't worry about who watching and who. Listen, promote yourself every single day that you can. Like if you are in the entrepreneur content creation space and you trying to level up this year. Because I don't know why we all not trying to level up every year. See, I'm about trying to level up every year because guess what? No one is coming to save us. No one is coming to save you. They've been saying, hey, one source of income is not enough. They've been saying that for a while. But sometimes people don't believe it. I have my patients telling me all the time. They in my ear all the time. Dr. Sean saved for retirement. I'm like, damn. Y'all really serious. Like, they stress it so much that it's impossible for me to keep going and not listen to wisdom. You got to listen to the elders sometimes. Listen to people and the vibration when they trying to help you, be confident about who you are and just authentically yourself, right? The second thing that is a core foundation of being unapologetically you or being unapologetically me is self-acceptance. Go ahead and tap those hearts. If you love yourself, wherever you watching from, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, tap those hearts. If you love yourself, if you accept yourself, that means that you would feel like this. I love and celebrate all parts of myself. My imperfections, my strengths, my vulnerabilities. I celebrate it all, because why the not? Okay? Why not? This is self-acceptance. Loving all yourself. Even the parts that don't look too good. Even the parts that look great. Every single part of yourself. Every season we grow in. Lately, since I'm crossing into another phase of life, I'll say, I've been looking into like more or being more conscious about aging. And you don't really think about aging until you aging. You like, damn, I'm aging. You don't really think about it until you actually aging. And then you're like, now I gotta really take it serious. When you young and dumb, you ain't really thinking about that. You think you forever young. And really, mentally, you can be forever young. But physically, you actually got to think about it. You can't get older and think that, okay, if I don't take care of my body, if I don't accept myself and take care of myself and love myself instead of hating myself and really look in the mirror and say, you know what? Self, you the one. You the one for me because you the only one that could be the one for you. So why not just be the one for you? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what self-acceptance is. Loving all parts of yourself. Even if the world was to turn on you and hate you right now, if you love yourself, who gives a damn? You get what I'm saying? Who cares? Treat yourself with grace. In the same grace that you give other people. We walk around, we give other people grace, but we so hard on ourselves. I had to learn how to settle down, get into my spirit, and really just have some grace about the strengths and the weaknesses. Because life is challenging. And in this year, we know how we got to cross over from saying 2025 to 2026 now. I'm going to be messing up for a while. Signing stuff. But that's a topic for another day. But treat yourself with grace, right? All parts of you. Just love yourself out loud. Like, life is about experiences, is it not? Is it not about like going through experiences, wishing you could take them back sometimes, and then just growing from it and not making the same mistakes over and over again? That's why our ancestors, our elders went through things and they taught us things to try to save us. But you know how human nature is. Most times you got to figure it out yourself and make that mistake yourself before your brain can fully process what you need to do to move different. And self-acceptance is one of those things you must do to move different in this season. Celebrate all of you, even the failures, even the mistakes, even the losses. Celebrate all of you because they help you grow even if you don't even know. Sometimes you don't even know how strong you are until you go through that situation that almost break you down to the bare minimum until you have nothing left energy-wise. But then you realize, damn, I'm strong because if I can come back from that, I gotta love myself because I'm a strong motherfucker. Right? The third pillar of self-acceptance is courage. Courage is speaking your truth, setting boundaries with people, saying no, and not really apologizing for it. That's what we're talking about, being unapologetically me or unapologetically you. This is courage. Choosing your own path even when it's scary, even when it's uncomfortable. Saying no without over-explaining yourself. You don't have to over-explain yourself. No is no and no is, it is what it is. Courage is also choosing long-term peace over somebody's short-term approval. You know, you want to get approval from somebody, you're going to be uncomfortable for a long time afterwards. No, just choose long-term peace by saying no, setting boundaries, not being afraid to speak your truth. And that takes growth, honestly. And another thing is, do the thing you are scared of doing daily. Do it every single day. Don't skip a day. Do it every single day. So, one of the hardest things is achieving or pursuing happiness every single day. Let's be honest. Unless you in a space where you don't really have any worries and everything is just carefree, then we call that favor. And all of us have favor. It's just ebbs and flows. When you do the thing that you're scared of daily, pursuing happiness, regardless of how it looked, regardless of what bills come, regardless of what orange hair prez did, y'all president, regardless of what the economy looked like, regardless of what we lack, regardless of that happiness, don't ever let nobody steal that. And to achieve happiness every single day, it takes courage. It takes courage. You just want to cry sometimes and give up sometimes and throw in the towel. No, it takes courage. So this year we leave with positivity, courage. We'll leave all that negativity, everything from last year, all the drama, and we start fresh. I've been seeing some people say, dang, I'm kind of scared. And no, we're not starting off like that. Fuck out of here with that. No. Scared of what? Okay? What we scared of when we pursuing happiness? You in control of that. You can't let nobody take that now. They might take everything they can, but don't ever let them take your happiness and your ability to create. You are a creator. You are a living, breathing creator, an innovator, inventor. You're supposed to be getting royalties. Clock it. Okay? The fourth pillar of being unapologetic is freedom from the judgment of other motherfuckers. Freedom from judgment. This is, letting go of the need for constant validation, because you got to understand that you already enough, so you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. So stop performing for acceptance, checking comments for your worth, trusting your inner compass, and getting out of tune with yourself, following the world. That's my whole thing. I need to, this season, get more into unfollowing the world. Because energies matter. Learning matters. So if you're learning these life skills and having all this positive energy, your timeline must attract positive energy. The things you do must attract positive energy. Your daily routine has to attract positive energy. Your morning mindset has to attract positive energy. Your health goals must attract positive energy. Your friendships, your family, your love life should attract positive energy. See, we don't really talk about love too much on the Hood to Hooded podcast, but love is a very big part of who we are as people. Like, it's innate in us to want love and to give love, but at the same time, self-love is the best love. And you got to be overflowing with love for yourself before you love other people. And if you're unhappy with love, especially a love life, you can't be really successful. You know? So that's why you got to understand, overstand yourself, set boundaries, speak your truth, be courageous, even when it feels uncomfortable. It only makes sense. So freedom from judgment, who cares? Living your truth. Okay? And just to clear the confusion, being unapologetically me or being unapologetically you is not being rude. It's not being insensitive. It does not mean refusing to apologize when you genuinely hurt someone. It means don't apologize for your core beliefs and your values just because other people have different core beliefs and values, right? That's what it means. Okay? It's like, if you cause harm, if you hurt someone, you must take accountability and own it. But never apologize for existing in your truth. Now, when it comes to history, the Niji, the Amerindians, the hidden history, you got a lot of people who colonize and they just want to scream out and yell out the colonized history and attack people who coming into their truth. This is a season we're in. The truth is under attack. That's to be expected. The truth been under attack since the pseudo truth began to be perpetuated. The truth been under attack since Constantine, since time was restarted, just like timelines and holidays. But we're not going so deep today. But the truth, you don't apologize for that. Even if you got 100 people against you and you know your truth, you don't apologize for it. You stand up for the truth. That's the difference. We don't apologize for the truth. If you don't know the truth and you didn't read, you didn't do your research, I'm not apologizing because you don't know. And I'm not apologizing because you're closed-minded. I'm not apologizing because you can't go and dig something up that's going to unlock a code in yourself. It only makes sense. See, the ancestors give us codes. The ancestors give us truth. The spirit give us truth. Our creator give us truth in everything that we are, from the inside to the outside. But if you don't understand who you are, and if you're not open-minded to learning and growing for the rest of your life, then you really become brain dead because you're stuck in a position of knowledge where your knowledge just here. You don't water the knowledge, you don't test the knowledge, you don't challenge the knowledge, you don't question the knowledge, you got the catechism syndrome. This means you obedient to whatever knowledge you've been handed by default. It's a default knowledge that you stuck on. You're not growing it. You comfortable here. You acting like you a damn tree. You not a tree. Your brain is so inquisitive, amazing. But if you don't recognize that, and you shrink yourself in uncomfortable situations because the group and the masses believe something, and you know that you feel something else, and you never investigate, guess what? You're not living unapologetic. You living like a coward. Okay? You living like a coward. And you want to know why you being unapologetically you is going to trigger people? You know why it trigger people? Because you not following mainstream. You question what you were taught. You did research. You chose alignment over approval. And when people get bothered by your unapologetic truth, that's not about you. That's about the mirror that they're looking into. especially when it comes to what we call pretendians. You know, the people who the government have recognized, we'll say, not sovereignty, but the pretendians. A lot of them come and they attack people who are in their rightful spot to self-identify and do their research about who they are. You got these internet bullies who don't want you to be unapologetic. They don't want you to live in your truth. They try to shut it up and make you feel like they take your courage away. No, 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 no. We got to be unapologetic with our truth. It's going to trigger people. You being you and elevating going to trigger people because they not used to that. They don't know how to respond to this greatness that's in you. They don't know how to respond to that. How? They don't know how to respond to that. Not at all. Not at all. But that don't mean you let up. That don't mean you let up at all. Come on. Did it work? Okay. So what does being unapologetically mean? I mean, unapologetically me means like in real life. You know, in practical life. What does it mean? So this is what it means. It means choosing hobbies and activities that you genuinely love and not what's trendy or expected of you. What you truly, actually, genuinely love and not what's expected of you. How do you find that? You try different things. You don't stay stuck doing something you hate. That is not how you live unapologetically you. If you hate it, you hate the gig, it's time to think of something else. Get you a notepad and some paper and think of something else. Think outside the box is what they call it. We thinking outside the box. If you hate this, think of something that you love. Not something that's trendy, but something that you love. Another way that you can express your unapologetic energy is wearing what make you feel good. Okay? Sometimes I'm gonna pop up on here and put that shit on. But sometimes I'm gonna pull up in the hoodie because this is what the hell I feel like putting on. So wear what make you feel good, not what social media approves. I love your earrings, Auntie. Thank you. I don't know if that deserve a cheer, but I was looking for a button to make some sound, but thank you. You know. Another thing that allows us to express our unapologetic energy is expressing your opinions and passions openly, even when it's different from other people. What? Why? Okay. Even when it's different from other people. So the Hood to Hooded podcast, we express a lot of opinions that may be very new. That people may be like, what? I never heard that before. That's on purpose. Because think about it. In a world where colonization has fucking took control of everything, why would you think they're gonna put truth at the forefront? If anything, it's gonna be actually the opposite of truth. And that's the whole key to unlocking the matrix. What you see is not really what it is, because why would the colonizer show you what it really is? And if you believe in something they gave you, then you gotta know that that something they gave you ain't really what it is. And that might be a little bit too deep for some. It might be a little too deep. Okay? Another way you can show your unapologetic energy, you feel me? Your unapologetic is trusting your instincts. You gotta move when your instincts tell you some shit ain't right. Listen, it's time to move. Trust your instincts. They're not gonna lead you wrong. I wouldn't be where I am today had I not trusted my instincts about a lot of things. Even if I didn't have the picture perfect, dynamics to growing up, you still have your instincts. You gotta trust it. Some people feel their instincts and they deny it, and it always leads them to fucking trouble. So trust your instincts. Even when it comes to business decisions, go with your instincts. This might be the best idea you're going to ever get in your life. But if you deny your instincts, you go against it, you're going to always be in situations you don't want to be in. The next thing that Unapologetically Me looks like is making life changes that feel right in your body. Honestly. Aging, we all been young, we all been teenagers, we all been 20. As you get older, you go through these different stages, and your body actually starts to, you actually have to start thinking, oh, I'm not forever young. You are, but you get what I'm saying? You can be if you do it with intention. So being unapologetically you means doing the things that feel right to your body. And setting boundaries. Setting boundaries. Now, as this new year rolls in, and honestly, somebody said something crazy today. And this is how I be going to research new information. They said that New Year's Day, which I know, pagan holidays, paganism, I'm into that, like uncovering the bullshit behind the holidays and stuff. But New Year's is when I kind of got into with Saturnalia and, the other crazy things that they do. But someone said New Year's is actually April Fool's Day. And I was like, what? So I haven't really dug into that topic yet. It really kind of threw me off. And I can't change it in one day. And that's the thing about wisdom and knowledge, is once you see something, it's just a seed until you go and actually dig and do your own research. So someone wrote that in the Niji, a Mary Indian community, that New Year's is really April Fool's, because that's when the flowers really grow. That's the start of the new year. And I do know that they started the calendar over with the Gregorian calendar, and we on a pseudo timeline. But in actuality, the honest answer that I would pose to this dilemma that we have with the timeline, and I know we in a pseudo timeline, is what can you really deeply do about it, like at the micro level? What can you really do? Like mentally, you could say, okay, it's not the real time, but you still have to live in the constraints and the life set up by this timeline. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm still saying Happy New Year, because I really haven't done the research to not say it, even though I know some BS. And that's the thing about knowing and not being obedient to pseudo history, is that you are free to think what you want and research what you want. But they did say that New Year's was April Fool's, so I'm interested to see and learn more about that. So I'm gonna be doing some research and see what the hell that is. I should actually ask the chat GPT now, like, is New Year's really April Fool's Day, and see what it says, because chat GPT be knowing, y'all. It be knowing. That might be a little bonus once we get to the end. Let me get through, my notes for today. Um, the next thing that I really wanted to talk about as we start off this first day of 2026 is our daily routine. Elevating our daily routine means elevating our identity. Now, as a dentist, I'm going to have to throw some dentistry in here because your daily routine is your identity on repeat. And y'all already know where I'm going with this. If you gotta wonder, then you should already know. It's day one. It's a great day to reset your morning routine. It's a great day to reset your oral hygiene routine. Get in with a dentist, see what's going on, and make this the year of self-care, especially when it comes to oral hygiene. Now, most dentists, especially like motivational dentistry, we have the Motivational Dentistry Smile Club. A lot of dentists have clubs now, or they have payment plans. We also have Sunbit, where you can finance, kind of like Klarna or Afterpay, but in the dentistry field. So it's no excuses for real when it comes to oral hygiene, because we know that it's tied to the rest of the body. We'll talk more on the podcast this year about oral hygiene. But for right now, just think about your morning routine and how you can elevate it. Waking up with intention. Waking up and just drinking some water should be a good part of your morning routine, because you just slept all night or whenever your bedtime is. So now just wake up with some fresh water. Wake up with intention, with calmness. Hydrate yourself before you start strolling. Okay? H2O does a body good. Get into it, so hydrate yourself. Move your body early in the morning. Stretching. Some yoga. Do some yoga poses. Do some jumping jacks. You remember when we was kids, like PE, you gotta do the jumping jacks, the sit-ups, we gotta get back into that. And honestly, my cousin Bridget, she motivated me deeply on the health tip. She disciplined as discipline. So I'm trying to be more like Jim Bay. Okay. So move your body. Speak life out loud. Speak life into everything that you want to do. And have fun. Now, we can't skip over the fun part, because if you're doing it and you're not having fun, then it's not done right. So have fun. And speak life. And also in the morning, while you're speaking life into your day, going over your plan or just chilling for the day or leading with peace, protect your energy. Because once the day start, life get to life, and your energy is at risk for being, destroyed for the day. Somebody come along with bad attitude, piss you off, so protect your energy. That's why 2026, I'm not really responding to trolls. You say something crazy in the comments, I'm not really going to give that any attention. That was 2025 type vibes. Like, this year is blocked and deceased type vibes. You blocked and you out of my mind. You deceased in my mind. Like, you gone. Like, your page, that is. Not you as a person, but you out of here. Block. I have to see you no more. So this block year. Right? And, so that's morning routine. So elevating the morning routine, trying to stick to a simple, light, easy routine that's super healthy, especially with your mental space. Super important. Strolling, not good for your mental health, not good for your mental space, not at all. I know that. So I intentionally try to deny myself from strolling. Like, it's hard, but you gotta do it. And then if you create content, it's even harder because you have to kind of engage. So it's all about balance, for real. It's truly all about balance. balance is the key, y'all. Okay, oral hygiene, health is kind of, or really it is, self-respect. Okay, so some people start neglecting their oral hygiene. We start off strong, or maybe you haven't thought about this, like resetting your oral hygiene routine today. Because oral hygiene, this gives you confidence, longevity. It's good for your heart, for your brain, for your finances. Honestly, taking care of your teeth every day is it's like such a smart financial decision. I don't think we talk about it enough, especially not in the hood. Brushing and flossing your teeth is the smartest financial decision ever. Teaching your kids to have this routine is one of the smartest things you can do as a parent. It's one of the smartest investments you can make as a parent, is investing in your child's oral hygiene routine. Investing in this stuff early, you're going to save them a lot of pain and ache, for one, later in life. You're going to set them up for success, because once you have good oral hygiene, good smile, really, that's the gateway to confidence. It's teeth. Your smile, especially when they don't hurt, and especially when they are clean, and you know that you're in good health because you're going to the dentist. You got a good connection with your dentist, right? So let's go over some daily non-negotiables and tap those hearts. Daily non-negotiables. We're trying to get to 1K on TikTok. Make sure y'all grab your daily heart me. So the daily non-negotiables is, of course, to brush twice per day. Now, this is a habit most people, we know slack. As dentists, we know slack because it's a very difficult habit, it seems, for patients. And not only brush twice per day with intention, so we changing our routine now. Now you're doing this with intention. If you didn't brush today, go ahead. Once we hang up this live, or if you're watching it right here, go ahead, brush your teeth. Hopefully you have an electric toothbrush. If not, we elevate our toothbrush game this year. Electric toothbrush. And the next thing is to floss like you care about your future. Only floss the teeth you want to keep now. I'm telling you. Only floss the teeth you want to keep, okay? What else? Tongue scraping. Are you cleaning your tongue? 2026, get you a tongue scraper. Clean your tongue. We already said drinking water. Water is free. Drink some water. This is an easy daily thing. And don't ignore pain. Big one. Don't ignore pain. If there is a will, there is a way. Find a way to get the pain gone away. If you in a city like Nashville and you have a dental school, then you kind of in luck, because you can go and have the work done by students. Or even if you in Tallahassee, Florida, smaller places, you have Tallahassee. It's Tallahassee State College now. It used to be Tallahassee Community College, but they have oral hygiene programs. You can go there and get your teeth clean. So we gotta start thinking outside of the box and not really neglect it just because we didn't think we could afford it, because sometimes you can afford it. And the sad part is, some people have the insurance and don't use it, and you don't know how grateful you should be for having it if you still have it, especially with the premiums going up this year and a lot of BS going on with Obamacare and the AM. It's just a lot going on with that. So don't ignore the pain, because the pain, when it comes to dentistry, I'm going to tell you a secret. If you feel sensitivity, this is the first sign. You like, damn, my teeth feel like it's talking to me, because it is. It is. Your teeth is trying to tell you something. They're trying to tell you something. What are they trying to tell you? Sensitivity. Oh, you might have a cavity. This means that the bacteria have started doing their due diligence, because you're not brushing and flossing. You're not, cleaning your tongue. You're not really doing the daily non-negotiables with intent. So this is the perfect day to start over with intent. Go brush your teeth, floss your teeth, brush your tongue, drink some water. If you got some sensitivity, this is one of the first signs. Another sign is black spots, green spots, dark spots. Or another sign is rubbing your tongue on your teeth and feeling gunk. Just rub your tongue across your teeth and be like, is it nice and smooth like enamel should be? Because enamel is the hardest substance in the body. It should be shiny. It's supposed to be wet with your saliva. It should feel real slick. And if you rub your tongue against your teeth and it ain't slick like Rick, it's like, you call that plaque calculus. And some people call it butter, right? That's because you didn't brush your teeth. Or you haven't had a cleaning. But don't feel bad. Feel like you have an opportunity right now to fix it, to change it. Even if you can't go to the dentist right now, you can perfect your oral hygiene routine. You see how I did that? That's the trick, the daily oral hygiene routine. Because remember, this is financial wisdom. In the day and age with inflation going crazy, one of the easiest things you can do is adjust that oral hygiene routine. Okay? Because this gonna help you with your heart. This gonna help you with your brain health. This gonna help you live a longer life, keep you pain free, so you can go and do your business or go to work or whatever. It's gonna keep you out of the doctor's chair if you handle things and be proactively this year. So that's what we're gonna do. Be proactive. Help is not optional in a prosperous life. Please know that. Health is not an option when you're trying to be successful. It's not an option when you're trying to go from hood to hood. You can't ignore the health. Even in my journey from hood to hood, the moment I got sick my senior year of dental school, I couldn't even do dentistry. I couldn't even really think because I was dealing with a poison inside of my body for months. And I wasn't able to be myself. So health is truly the wealth. It's not optional when you're trying to lead a fruitful, intuitive, peaceful life. Okay? So go ahead and do you some jumping jacks, brush your teeth. Think with a clear head today. Don't start all that stressful shit. Whatever's stressing you out, be gone. Get up out of here. Please get up out of here. When it comes to the oral hygiene routine in the new year, we also getting rid of all the candy. Now, all of this food is bioengineered, and honestly, as Niji, we got to get to more land, and that's a whole nother journey. More land, more gardens, more organic food, because the bioengineered food is taking me out. When I heard them say, we printing your food, oh my Lord, that really messed me up, y'all. How they gonna print the food? Like, that don't even sound, we not growing the food, we printing the food. Now y'all doing too damn much. I don't want no printed burger. I don't want no printed potato chips. That don't even sit right in my brain for real. Like, what the? Printed food? Okay. So health is not an option. We reading labels. We just like stepping into a new arena when it comes to this health shit. For real. So bioengineered, out the door as much as possible. Eating out for real for me, with this new economy, I'm really gonna be more selective. Last year I kind of ate out freely. I ain't gonna even hold you. I really kind of ate what I wanted last year, but I'm buckling down. Towards the end of the year, I kind of got it together, cooking more, but I realized my hate for cooking, that I have to fall in love with it until I can not have to cook, which is not nowhere in the future right now. But just cook things that's healthier. A lot of salads are easy, and things that stretch, and trying to avoid the pseudo food. It's gonna be a journey, y'all, but we got this. So I invite y'all to put your questions in the chat. Even if you're watching it on the replay, we can answer it in the next live. But put your questions in the chat. If you have questions on authenticity, setting boundaries, self-acceptance, dealing with the trolls, health routines, streaming, oral hygiene, consistency, peace, put your questions in the chat. And of course, if you're watching on Twitch, you can use the commands to see what we got going on. I can't wait for my Twitch commands to really, take off. But I'm still practicing with those. And what else? Yeah, so put your questions in the chat. I came on today at 8 a.m. because I'm trying to reset my whole energy when it comes to going live. I did take a couple days off because I really needed it. And we had this weird energy outage in my streaming studio. We had this energy outage. Was it Monday, Tuesday? Where the lights and the internet was down bad. So, and then it snowed yesterday. So, the snow, the coldness, it's just be too much sometimes. But anyway, I'm here at 8 a.m. We're going to try to get our routine together so that we can continue to build consistency, freedom, and be unapologetic. Give ourselves grace, understanding, not be too hard when you make mistakes, when you fall down. Always choose health, choose peace in your life, and choose alignment every single day. I'm trying to just be a better friend, a better person, a better dentist with the business, just promote more, engage with my patients more. But even though we try to do all these things, grace is important, because sometimes your goals can be overwhelming and then you get kind of burnt out. So when we give ourselves grace, it kind of helps along the journey. So what is grace? Let's go with a definition as we wrap this up. I don't see any questions in the chat right now, but give yourself grace, guys. What is grace? It's New Year's, so I know everybody's sleeping in, getting ready to eat some good breakfast, be around the family, all that good stuff. But grace, we're going to lead this unapologetic journey with grace. Because even if you unapologetic, sometimes you can feel like you're not meeting the standards you set for yourself because you set your goals so high. I'm a goal digger. I'm a dreamer. So I set my goals high as fuck, right? But sometimes when you set your goals so high and you don't accomplish them, or it don't go the way you plan, you can tend to beat yourself up, feel like a failure, feel like, oh damn, I ain't go hard enough. But no, give yourself some grace. Grace means handling your test, your challenge with elegance, right? It means doing it with poise, with finesse, charm. Kind of handling it with good manners. I was told today that I should use more of my other emotions other than my crying emotions. I mean, I don't know if it's true. They be like Pisces. It's Greek mythology, we know. But they be like, Pisces are very emotional. They cry a lot. I don't know if it's just me who, I'm a dog. Like, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to go hard in the pain, but I'm going to cry first. I might cry first. I might get pissed off and cry first and not want to do it and be rebellious and do all this emotions before I get to, okay, you gotta just shut up and do it. You get what I'm saying? What other emotion can we use? So I was told you need to stop using that emotion and think of a stronger emotion to use. And that's something kind of that you would learn maybe from your parents. I don't really know. But coming from the hood and coming from homes and environments where I wasn't really taught how to have emotional control, is something you learn as you go through life. Your emotional control, you learn, dang, I don't really always have to respond this way. I can respond with grace, with charm, with poise, with finesse. Even on a bad day, even during a difficult time, I can still do it with charm. I can still finesse my way out of the hardship. I can finesse my way out of the struggle. I don't gotta fall down and do all this. No, I can think a little harder and be a little bit more graceful with myself. And understand that the life been set up for me to fail. Especially if you look like me. It's been set up for me to fall down and fail and be a statistic. You know, with my background, a lot of people thought that maybe, oh, you gonna go and be a statistic. Because I didn't have the right, I wouldn't say the right setup. I had the best setup for my life, for the seeds that was planted in my life. And even though it didn't look typical, I still say, you know what? That's not enough to stop me. I have to overcome this. But during that time, I handled it with a lot of tears. A lot of days where you just feel like giving up. I handle it with a lot of stress. A lot of ungracefulness and a lot of feeling like a failure even when I wasn't. I handle it with a lot of unintelligent, emotional, no, I would call it emotional, what's the word that I'm looking for, guys? And it's right on the tip of my tongue. Y'all ever had that happen when it's right on the tip of your tongue? You like, I handle it with emotional ignorance. That's the word that I'm looking for. Instead of emotional intelligence, I didn't learn that. I learned how to be super emotional, cry and lash out and mad and confused and depressed and sad and versus. And I learned that from the moment my mom died, 8 years old. I learned how to have that sad shit emotion the moment she died. Because you can imagine being that young and both parents not in the home. Now you have your life into other people's hands, and sometimes this is a good thing, and sometimes it's a very bad, detrimental, traumatic fucking thing that you still gotta see your way out of. Still have to learn emotional control and intelligence as you keep going and facing this difficult shit in life. And as you get older, like me, I'm learning, oh, I gotta handle this stuff with poise, with class, with charm, and have some grace for myself, because the things that you went through, ooh, you didn't know you was gonna make it through. You didn't even know you was that strong. You didn't even know that was in your DNA. But imagine when you take that hood shit, that hood emotional ignorance, and you turn it into emotional intelligence, combined with your hustle, combined with what's already in your DNA, you have no choice but to be successful. Peace has no choice but to be attracted to you. Greatness has no choice but to come out of you. Because now you thinking smarter. You giving yourself grace. You finessing the hard shit. You saying, "You okay, I see what you did, life, but let me play a chess move on you. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you how much I can turn up coming from nothing. Let me show you how I can move starting with little of nothing. Let me show you how I can turn my weaknesses into my biggest strength. Let me show you how I can turn my story into something inspirational. When people can say, damn, I can do it too. I can be courageous. I can lead my life and my year with gracefulness and courage. I can stand on business. I can be creative. I can grow. I don't have to sit here because I'm not a tree. Why the hell I ain't moving? Why the hell I'm not thinking? Why the hell I'm allowing everything to count me out of my dream? Why I keep giving up so much? Why the fuck I'm burnt out? Yeah, society got this going on. They trying to break you here, break you there, break you here, break you here. But what happens when you handle it with poise, with charm, with gratefulness? What happens? You become unfucking stoppable. That's what happened, guys. That's what happened. You become unstoppable. So today, we lead with unapologetic energy. I'm speaking for myself too. The challenges come, you lose something. Listen, handle it with grace. Oh, I lost that. Oh, something bigger got to be coming. I got too much favor over my life for me to lose something and it not be replaced with something else. It might not happen immediately, but if you give up and you quit and you cry, oh, I'm losing this thing, this person, I'm losing. No, let it go. Let it go. Handle it with, okay, I see what happened there. How about this? How about I not cry this time? We're going to use our other emotions. We're going to be emotionally intelligent so that we don't fall down the same. We can't fall down the same how we did before. Okay? That's what we doing. That's what we doing in this season. So I hope that this inspire us to lead with emotional intelligence. Thank y'all for joining the live. Make sure you are liking. We're trying to get to 1K hearts on TikTok. This is my first time not getting to 1K hearts on TikTok. Y'all gotta tap the hearts. Tap the hearts, guys. Tap those hearts. Okay? The last thing I want to say, I'm a little bit over my time, but I feel like I got to get this out when it comes to emotional intelligence. Like when you led before, because me leading before, when I was told recently, hey, Dr. Sean, you need to stop leading with that crybaby ass emotional response. Call me out. Call me out then. Don't lead with the depression all the time. Don't lead with the fear all the time. Don't lead with feeling like you're a failure because you're not giving yourself grace all the time. They say you a boss. It's time for you to respect it. I said, okay, you right. Let me level up my emotional intelligence. I'm tired of being emotionally ignorant. I'm tired of feeling that depression creep in and feeling the connection to the day I lost my mom my whole life because I feel like I need her every second of my life, but I had to do it without her. I'm tired of feeling like I got to go back to that place. You know, every time it don't work out, I don't have to do that. I got to learn how to lead with poise and grace because that's what my mama would have put in me. But I got that message right before this year started. I got that message from the king. You know, I was like, you just unlocked another code in me. You know, if you cry easy, you know, things hit you super deep. The pain sits so heavy, you lose people. Last year, lost 2 people. Very dear people in my life. You got to learn how to be emotionally intelligent about it. Difficult, but definitely not impossible. You know, this doesn't mean you weak if you are emotional and you open up about things. But it might mean that we unprotected with our energy. Emotional intelligence is learning how to protect your energy in your inner world without shutting your heart down. Learning how to protect yourself emotionally without just going all in with the negative space shit. Okay? So you gotta learn how to separate your event from the story. You know, separate yourself from the hurt and the pain and not like ignore it, but what are the facts? Just state the facts and what am I adding? The facts is this. Now why am I acting like this? Am I adding all this hurt and pain? And, you know, stop the spiral. Regulate your body before your mind. The tears come when your nervous system is overwhelmed, when you stress the hell out, when you feel burnt out, your response is to cry. Not because you're weak, because this is just like the first tool. So instead of doing that, you know, inhale, exhale, take deep breaths. Don't clench your jaw. Don't do that. Just, you know what? We responding different this year. Okay? You're going to relax your shoulders and just get into your safe place. You feel that emotion. You know what? I'm going to try this too. Get into my safe place. I've been doing really good last year. But this year we taking it up a whole nother level. You know, every year we got to take it up a whole nother level. with everything. Name whatever emotion you feeling, but you don't have to express it with the tears all the time without becoming it. Say, instead of saying like, I am depressed or I am broken, say, I'm experiencing sadness. I feel hurt right now. But that hurt doesn't last forever. Instead of using I'm depressed, because those are stronger words that we kind of use so fluidly, and that can speak negative energy, negative spirits into your life. High emotional intelligence is knowing when to respond to things. If you feeling super emotional right now, a high emotional intelligent person will say, okay, I'm not going to respond at the peak of my anger, at the peak of my sadness, or at the peak of my hurt. I'm not going to respond immediately. I'm going to give myself some time to calm down. Let me give myself some time to reply. Let me give myself some time to avoid ignorance. Can you say happy birthday to my friend Dixon Mayes? Happy birthday, Dixon Mayes. Happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating another trip around the sun, honestly. Okay. So, give yourself some time. This means don't reply immediately. Don't explain yourself when you trigger. That's why I said I'm not responding to trolls. I'm going to try my best to. You got it, troll. I ain't going to respond. I might block your ass, though, but. Don't make decisions when you emotionally in pain, because you might make a decision that could impact the rest of your life. Just say, hey, I need time to process this. So these are tools I'm going to use this year. You can use this year when you're going through something that makes you feel hurt and sad. Say, I feel sad. Don't say I feel depressed. I feel like, no, I feel sad. I'm hurt right now. If it's really sad, say, I need time to process this. Let's just be, say, I need time to process this. Right? And then one of the most important questions to help us be more emotionally intelligent, unapologetically us, and use other emotions when you're going through something is to say, what does this moment require from me to protect my peace? Because remember, emotional intelligence is about protecting your peace from the outer world and from all the things that we go through in life. What does this moment of sadness or hurt require for me to protect my peace on the inside? Does it require me to sit down and be still for a second? Does it require me to talk to someone who I deeply trust just to get it out? What does it require for me to go for a walk, to journal, to do yoga? It's so many things that you as a person must figure out so that your emotional energy don't go to the wrong place, to the negative space when you feel down. Okay? Sometimes the answer is distance. Silence. Silence is one of the best tools you can ever have. Sleep. When I get too overwhelmed, I be like, you know what? Fuck all of this. I'm finna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up and have a better idea about what's gonna happen next or what I need to do. But right now, my energy needs to sleep. I need some new ideas to come, because right now, no, I'm not dealing with it. Go to sleep. Go get some rest. Setting boundaries, which is something we talked about previously. And, sometimes the answer is just to go fucking cry in private. Not in front of people who don't deserve to see you that vulnerable. In the past, I was so used to just, being in this sad place that it just feels so sad. But you can't stay there forever. You gotta boss up with your emotional intelligence. Not only are we trying to boss up financially, mentally, spiritually, but more specifically mentally with emotional intelligence and our response. Okay? That is our response. So, in this space, not everybody gonna get an explanation from you. Not everybody don't need to see you vulnerable. And not everyone deserves to see you bleed at your weakest moments. This is a soft, sacred place. So I'm going to lead this year not responding. Try my best to respond more emotionally intelligent. And treat my emotions sacred. Even during a difficult time. If it's hard, use other tools other than sadness. Okay? Now I hope this helped someone out there today. I thank y'all for tapping in. If you're watching this on the replay, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, whether you celebrate New Year's Day now or on April Fool's Day. I hope you have a wonderful January the 1st. And yeah, okay. And that's pretty much all that I have to say. Now, one last thing about depression. So depression, this happens when you have pain that doesn't really have a safe place to kind of land. You don't really have a safe place for your hurt or your sadness. So if you entering this new year with that emotion, I just want to tell you that emotional intelligence does not eliminate sadness. It just prevents you from drowning in your sadness. I have a history of being sad a lot when life gets tough. So being emotional intelligent isn't going to get rid of that. It just prevents us from going to the spiraling place where everything feels too heavy. You putting everything into this same bowl of sadness and kind of giving up almost, you know. But you're not broken. When you get emotional intelligence, you are just saving yourself, saving your time, and not giving up. It takes practice. It's not perfection, but you know, that's what we're here for. So I'm about to hop on off of here, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I see you tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow. Hey. I see you tomorrow. I see you tomorrow. Yeah, I see you tomorrow. I know y'all still sleeping, but get up right now. Dr. Sean on the mic, and she all the way live. She's throwing it down, dropping knowledge, dropping facts, telling you to brush your teeth. And if you don't, it's whack. It's 2026, change your toothbrush. It's 2026, don't be in a rush. Gotta get your teeth squeaky clean. If you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. We going from hood to hooded. It's no debate. It's no debate. It's no debate. Please keep your hate. Yeah. Keep your hate. There's no debate. Yeah. All right, let me get off of here, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow.